Hi Virgos, welcome to your June reading for 2023. How you doing? I hope all is well. So Virgos, how you, how's it going? What are you up to? Feel very strong hermit mode energy around you guys. Even though if you made out there and you're doing some things you enjoy doing, there is this thing going behind the scene. Making some new plans, looking at things from scratch. It's like without all the conditionings and things like that. You really are looking at where you once started out with a project, with a relationship, with a person. Maybe looking at a younger version of yourself. What was the reason why? What was your intention that you set when you begin with the first wand? When you open up to meeting someone, when you open up to learning something new, when you open up to moving house and changing your circumstances, what was your intention with that? What was it that you were looking for or open for or felt guided to do? Really having those conversations with yourself will be like very beneficial, but also it's just brings you back in a state of connection with yourself and your own nature. So let's see. You might be here right now with some area or a area in your life. It's like I might want to start something fresh. You have will, you have determination, you've gained some courage to try something, to get outside your comfort zone. Look at that, the star. It's very divinely guided as well. I think that that is what is giving that fresh outlook almost. Star card is beautiful. I think it also has something to do with the North Nodes changing signs soon. And it's important, like those conversations and you feeling connected to yourself, it just becomes more important again, comes more in the forefront. Okay, so what else for my Virgos? Wheel of Fortune. Wow, beautiful full card energy. We have some other cards that wanted to come out. The Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Hanged One. This is the card in this deck. We have the Seven of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. I'm hearing puppy love. Puppy love. Don't know exactly where it's going, but it just feels so good. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just because for once you are daring, because you're very brave. I'm sensing a lot of bravery in your deck already, like in your chart. It's like you're almost coming, like this subconscious energy is coming to the surface, and it's like, what if I for once don't overthink and just don't give a fuck? What for once? Just try a different approach. Maybe I send a message, or maybe I just reach out and ask if they have a position open. It's just almost like you're coming a little bit outside your comfort zone when it comes to external world. It's almost like you're bringing out your hermit mode, but you're into the outside world. So it is very intuitively connected, very like star card and the Fool, who is like following a sense of guidance from within, very intuitive, but not in like a naive way at the same time. But it's almost like you're just wanting to prove yourself wrong, a side of yourself wrong. You want to prove yourself wrong. All right, I'm gonna get some more cards out. Where's this journey heading? Because we already have the Two of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the World card and the King of Swords as well. Yeah, once again, it's almost like you are hermiting in public. Which is very intriguing because it comes off open and just out there, but it's like, no, this is something that I'm doing, like, for me, like, this is some experiment I got going on, and this is something that I wanted to try out, and I'm not sharing that with nobody. Truly, people can look at it the way they want to, because I know in the end of the day it seems like I'm, it's surface off and I'm me, but actually behind the scenes, in public, like hiding in plain sight, you're doing something. And it's not sneaky or whatever. It's not negative at all. I'm not trying to make it sound like, ooh, you're being sneaky in public. No. It's just, you're just having this one-on-one with yourself in the outside world. You have the Chariot as well. So the King of Swords and the Chariot is like, what I can do in private, I may be able to do in public. It just I don't have to let anyone in. It does, however, it comes from a place of feeling unsafe. That's one of the reasons why you are trying it, but you're not completely surrendering to the outside world. Like, you may be allowing people to have a form of opinion about it. How to put that? Some people, they put up this persona from a place of self-protection. So if they get disliked in public or in whatever way, shape, form, online, really just out there in the grocery store, if they get disliked or criticized because of the way they show up, what they're saying, what their message is, what they stand for, and that is not truly, completely, fully who they are, it's like you don't take that critique or whatever we shape from as personal as if it would 100% be the real authentic sense of self in you, and just being able to really, like, this is me, and then being very vulnerable with that. And I'm still sensing like you are testing it out a little bit. People can't tell what's completely, fully, wholly the truth behind the scenes. It's like you're just here and there testing it out, testing something out, which brings you outside your comfort zone regardless, even if it's not completely, the way we could do it, but there's many ways of trying that out. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So it has some long-term positive effects for you. It's like you're downplaying something. It's almost like someone's winning the lottery and then just in public, like, still showing up as like if they didn't. But behind the scenes, they did. And it's not that they're trying to hide it from anyone. It's just like, why does that has to divide me? Like, can I just continue my life as I like to do it? I just work a little bit less, but like, I just like my life to just be as it was. But I just have this little bit of a cushion in the back, which is fine. But I'm not going to change my entire life for that. Like, nothing wrong with that, right? Because it's based on expectations. When people win the lottery, the expectation is that people start to lend money and give out and buy an expensive house and kind of just, there's these things, expectations, not 100% accurate all the time. But it's like you like to try things as the norm, but then do something different with the norm and just add something in there. and just see what type of reaction, you know, the world has on that, but also what type of effect it has on your life and what you're attracting. So it's like this magical journey, but it seems as like you're just being, you know, your old self, not sharing everything, you know, or just very Saturn when it's actually not at all. So I don't know, it's that like maybe you are actually like falling for someone and you're having, you know, this whole other thing that nobody really knows about. But then you go visit them, maybe like live a couple hours away, and then over there you are like out in the open and dating with them. But you're not, you know, so you are in some way, shape, form in public, actually showing up, but not in your close surrounding. So it's both. So like I said, there's this magical thing, but you're not really showing it out, which is okay. Once again, you're hermiting in plain sight. Which is, it's fine. I'm not going to say whether it's good or negative, you know, it's just, it's what you feel guided to do in some way, shape, or form, and it actually brings about something, you on a personal level, it brings you something. So 100%. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. It took a long time, but you're patient. It's very... there's something so beautiful about this energy, Virgo. It's very interesting to read because it's hard to put it into words. These type of readings, because it's just like it kind of just needs a look, you know. Sometimes emotions and feelings, expressions, or it's just a look, a meme, and then it speaks 1,000 words. It's like, no, it's like it says it all. Okay, High Priestess, Queen of Cups. Yes, once again, that spiritual energy. The Hierophant, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Let me tune in for just a little bit. Living a life that's worth living comes sometimes with risks, and especially emotionally. Anything that is emotionally on a certain level, like worth feeling and experiencing and having in your life, was in any way, shape, form emotional fulfilling, takes a level of risk on it when it comes to your vulnerability. So you kind of have to open something up in order to let something in. And that's something that you're dabbing around with. It's not easy, but at the same time, there's something opening up within you that it comes from a place of trust in yourself and in your own intuitive energy. It's like trusting that, yeah, really learning how to trust the outside world based on your own trust in yourself, your own confidence in your abilities, of knowing what type of people, you know, you can trust. And there is a little bit of a level of fear around it, because the only thing that comes at you are swords. So it's like a lot of, you know, like here and there, but you still do it. You do it, like it takes bravery, but you're doing it. And you're committed to this emotional fulfillment. It's like you open up to an authentic part of yourself, and you found out the truth about yourself, and you just don't want to fit back into the norm. It's like it doesn't fit anymore. So very powerful, Virgos. Love this. Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords. It's like when we are very firm in trusting our own... One sec. Beautiful. King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You see, every sword card we get. Cups cards. It's like, I'm a little bit afraid, but it feels so good. It might be hard, but it's just, you know, very fulfilling. Like, it might be worth it. I think it's worth it. I just can't not try. That's what I'm feeling. So I was jumping into something before that. It just went away again. I'm sorry. It just got completely blocked off. But we have a lot of equal energy. We start out with the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles. We also have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Cups, and you have the Ace of Wands showing up as well. It's just, there's just this part of you opening up, and it's very beautiful, and it does here and there, like, of course, take your time. That's what they're saying as well. It's like, if you need to do it in a way that, you know, you're comfortable with being a little bit uncomfortable, then do it that way. There's no written book on how to be vulnerable, how to open up. It's like, probably there are books written about it, but it doesn't mean we have to follow everything. It's like you have a whole book of knowledge right there within yourself. Because I'm sensing that your intention, you know, your intention is to open up. Your intention is to explore. Your intention is to be vulnerable. Then you're allowed to do it in your own way, because your intention is that goal. And so it's not an intention to self-sabotage yourself or prove yourself right, that nobody can be trusted, and being vulnerable somehow of a state of like weak positions. And it's like, that's not your intention to prove yourself. It's like, I have the intention to do this. I just not completely sure on how to yet. I am open for the idea of being a little bit uncomfortable, of doing that thing that doesn't really normally is the norm for me. That's okay. I'm going to take a little bit more time because I'm not completely sure, but I do have the intention to go and do that, or go and try that, or be different and have more love in my life, or be more outspoken about how I'm actually doing, and feeling that is somehow bringing positivity back to me and bringing me growth and deepening deeper bonds with people, which brings about as well this Ace of Cups with this King of Cups as well. So that's why I'm like not on your back at all about how you're going about this, because I know your intention is like, yeah, you have that intention, meaning that you will eventually go get that. So that's really what I'm channeling for you guys, Virgo. It's very beautiful. I love this thing, and I think definitely that I'm aligning, because, you know, I have a Virgo moon. So I might listen to this reading again, because, you know, when I channel, I just express what I'm channeling. But I guess I could take some of my own advice. Alright, I did a Cancer reading, actually. I don't know if you guys have some Cancer in your chart. And I finished that reading. I had to listen to it because I wasn't sure. I had to edit some part. Normally I don't really edit my videos at all, but I wasn't sure if that was the video where the doorbell rang and I had to get up. So then I do obviously edit that out, because nobody needs to be waiting for that. So I had to listen to it a little bit, and there was a part that I don't really remember, you know, the channel part of that, because it's not something that comes through my mind. It's not I'm making up. Of course, there are little parts here and there, especially when it comes to astrology. You know, it's just knowledge that I have to share, which is different than channeling. There was a channel part in there, and I was just like, oof, I feel seen. I feel called out. I'm like, how am I supposed so that I don't even really notice it, because I'm not trying to connect it to myself. So sometimes we have that. Sometimes we gotta practice what we're preaching. Soul solitude. Yep, sounds about right, Virgo. Soul solitude. In, you know, plain sight. Says your soul needs attention. There are moments where it is important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. Beautiful. Love that message. I'm also gonna get a goddess guidance card. Let's see. Woo. Independent. Beautiful. It says your independence is a foundation for your strength and your success. Your independent ways of going about opening up to life in this beautiful, authentic Virgo way with the right intention is a foundation for the strength and your success that you are attracting into your life, Virgo. It's very beautiful. And if you come and step out in life with this intention that you are definitely bringing about, you're protected, energetically very strongly protected. We're not alone when it comes to that. So when we're trying to protect the ego is when things can get a little rough. Because then it's like, oh, you want to learn this lesson? Well, we'll just kick back and watch the show, like call us when you're ready, But when it comes to actually you showing up vulnerable, opening up into the world like this, that's when like spiritual protection instinct jumps in. So the more littler amount, the less amount you are attacking yourself for your own vulnerability, the more protection gets activated by the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, to protect you from that realm as well, from the outside source coming in. So have grace with yourself. If you are accepting yourself and a part of you and the truth, and you really have grace with yourself in that situation, it mirrors back to you from the outside world. So, very powerful reading, Virgo. I love this. Go with the flow. Enjoy yourself. Take that time out for yourself and, things that light your soul on fire. And I'll be back soon. Alright, Virgo. Enjoy June and happy Pride. Mwah. Bye.